Hi bakers, if you have been looking for a soft, fluffy loaf that's perfect for everyday baking, you have come to the right place. This milk bread is easy to make, wonderfully light, and tastes so much better than store-bought. Let me show you how. Alright, let's bake. We will begin with the Tangzhong. In a small saucepan over low heat, whisk together 100 ml of milk and 20 grams of bread flour. You want to keep stirring this constantly. It only takes about 1 to 2 minutes, but if you stop stirring, it can easily clump up or burn on the bottom. See how it's thickening into a smooth, glossy paste? That's exactly what we want. Now transfer this paste into a small bowl and let it sit on the counter to cool completely to room temperature before we add it to our dough. Warm up 125 ml of milk in the microwave for about 30 seconds so it's lukewarm. Add 30 grams of caster sugar and 1 teaspoon of active dry yeast directly into the jug. Give it a really good stir. Cover it with a clean kitchen towel and let it sit for 5 minutes. Perfect. If your mixture looks foamy and bubbly like this, your yeast is alive, active, and ready to make our bread rise. Now bring over your stand mixer bowl. Combine 335 grams of bread flour and half a teaspoon of fine sea salt. Mix it lightly by hand with a whisk just to distribute the salt and create a well right in the center. Into that well, add 1 large egg, the frothy yeast mixture, and the completely cooled Tangzhong paste. Attach the bowl to the stand mixer with the dough hook. Start the mixer on low speed just until the ingredients start coming together into a shaggy dough. Once the dough starts to come together, it's time to add the butter. We are using 55 grams of unsalted butter that is softened and cut into small pieces. Add it gradually, just a little at a time, letting the dough absorb each piece before adding the next. Once the butter is fully mixed in, increase the mixer speed to medium and knead the dough for another 8 to 10 minutes, or until it becomes smooth and elastic. To check if the dough is ready, we will do the window pane test. Take a small piece of dough and gently stretch it between your fingers. If it tears easily, continue kneading for another minute or two and test again. As you can see, my dough stretches beautifully without tearing, which means the gluten has developed well and the dough is ready. To save on washing up, we will proof the dough right here in the mixing bowl. Lightly drizzle 1 teaspoon of vegetable oil around the sides of the bowl. Then gently roll the dough ball around the inside until its entire surface is completely and evenly coated in oil. This keeps the dough moist and prevents it from drying out or sticking to the bowl as it rises. Cover the bowl tightly with a lid or cling film, place it in a warm spot, and leave it to proof for about 2 hours or until it has fully doubled in size. Here I'm placing a cup of hot water inside the oven to create a cozy environment for my dough to rise. Just make sure that the oven is off. Let's take a look at our dough. Remove the cover and look at how beautifully it has risen. Lightly dust the dough with flour. Then gently press out the larger air bubbles. This helps create a soft, even crumb and ensures the dough is evenly fermented for better flavor. Gently loosen the dough from the sides of the bowl. Turn the bowl upside down and let the dough gently release on the work surface, with the sticky side facing up. Gently stretch the dough. Fold the edges toward the center. With the final fold, turn the dough over so the smooth side is facing up. Next, gently shape the dough into a smooth ball by tucking the edges underneath and dragging it towards yourself to create surface tension. Repeat this motion about 10 to 15 times, tucking the edges underneath each time until the dough forms a smooth, tight ball. Cover it with a tea towel and let it rest for 15 minutes. This allows the gluten to relax, making the dough easier to shape. Once the dough has rested, divide it into 3 equal pieces using a kitchen scale. My dough weighs about 703 grams in total, so each piece is roughly 234 grams. Try to keep the dough pieces as even as possible. This not only gives your loaf a beautiful, professional-looking finish, but also helps it bake evenly. Work with one piece at a time, keeping the rest covered. Shape each piece into a dough ball by pulling the edges down towards the bottom to create a smooth surface. Then, just as we did earlier, gently roll the dough on the work surface until it forms a smooth, round ball. If you spot any bubbles on the surface, just gently pop them with your fingertips. Then continue rolling until you are happy with the shape. Honestly, I could play with the dough all day long. Let me know in the comments, do you enjoy playing with dough too? Just like this, cover it with a tea towel and continue to shape the rest. Then let them rest for another 15 minutes. While the dough balls are resting, let's talk about the loaf tin. This is a non-stick loaf tin, and one thing we need to pay attention is to the width. While shaping the dough, make sure it is not wider than the tin, otherwise it won't fit properly. Now let's shape them one by one. After resting, the dough balls feel even lighter. You can really feel the air trapped inside the dough. Turn the dough ball over with the sticky side facing up. Use your fingertips to gently flatten and stretch the dough into a rough rectangle. Then use a rolling pin to roll it out. Resist the temptation to add extra flour, even if the dough sticks slightly to the rolling pin. Too much flour can make the dough drier and harder to seal later. After each pass, rotate the dough 90 degrees and continue rolling until it measures approximately 15 by 26 centimeters. Fold both long sides towards the center so the width fits neatly into your bread tin. Starting from the top, roll the dough tightly into a log. This is why we avoided adding extra flour earlier. Too much flour will prevent the layers from sticking together as you roll. Then pinch the seam to seal. This helps the roll stay nice and tight as it proves in the tin. Place the rolled dough into the tin with the seam side facing down. Repeat the same process with the remaining 2 pieces of dough, arranging them side by side in the tin. You should end up with something that looks like this. Cover the tin with a tea towel and let the loaf proof for the second time, about 45 to 60 minutes or until it rises close to the rim of the tin. Towards the end of the second proof, preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius fan. Meanwhile, prepare the egg wash by mixing 1 egg with 1 tablespoon of milk. Whisk it really well to create a smooth mixture. This will give the bread that iconic glossy bakery finish with an even, thin coating on top. It has been an hour. Let's have a look. Oh wow, look how beautiful it has risen. With a very light hand, brush a thin, even layer of egg wash over the surface, making sure every part is coated. Pop it into the preheated oven for about 23 to 25 minutes or until the top is lightly golden and beautifully baked. Oh wow, just look at that. It smells incredible. Nothing beats the smell of freshly baked bread. After all that time and effort, let's take a moment to appreciate it. Now for the best part, Let me show you what the inside looks like. We always talk about how soft milk bread is, but just look at this. The crumb is so soft, light and fluffy. Those delicate strands pull apart so effortlessly. This is exactly the texture we are aiming for. Listen to that gentle sound as the knife goes through the loaf. It has a thin, delicate crust, but the inside is still wonderfully soft and airy. Want to make this milk bread? Here's the recipe. Go ahead and take a screenshot now so you can save it for later. Please like and share this recipe with your friends and family, and make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a new recipe. I would love to have you join me as we continue baking together. Looking for another delicious bread recipe? Click the screen to watch this one next. I'm sure you will love it. Happy baking, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.